Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Document Filters 22.2 features preview. My name is Corey Kidd, and I'm the product manager. I'm joined today by Nabi, our product owner, and Ben, our principal architect. Let's take a look at what's going to be new in the next Document Filters release. So there's a couple things we're looking at today. First is going to be multi-frame GIF support. Next, we're going to take a look at what we call internationalized numbers lists, some enhanced ODF metadata, Aztec barcodes, as well as updated Python bindings. So let's start with these multi-frame GIFs. It's not just a format for memes. So people can record valuable information in this format, such as screen shares, things to share with other people, a lot of instructional videos. And they need all the frames of those to share with other people. So we've added an option to enable some new behavior with this, which we call GIF decode all frames, which allows us to extract all of the frames from them. Previously, you would only get one frame back as a preview. So let's take a little look at what that behavior is now and how that's changed. So as many of you know, we have our command line test tool called doc2text. I've got this open here. And what I'm going to do is convert this image of Mario. And we can see that without any sort of option, I get one frame back. That's our singular frame. If we open it up, we just want to show the original real quick. We can see we've got a couple different frames here. So now, let's try that with our new option. We can see now that this returns 29 pages. And if I go look in my output directory, I can open those up and look through them. This has given me all of the frames in that file. All right. Now I'm going to turn it over to Nabi to talk a little bit about the internationalized numbered lists.
Thanks, Corey. So as Corey said, I'm going to be talking quickly about our internationalized numbered lists. So let's talk about what you see on your screen right now. So we have a screenshot there of our previous behavior and our current behavior. So on the left is what we would normally display for any non-Arabic numbered lists. So you can see there, they're just standard Arabic numbers, even though the language may not be what is actually displayed. So you could have Chinese, you could have Japanese, Korean, any other type of language, and we would still only display the Arabic numbers. Now on the right-hand side, you can see our new behavior. So we're showing here a different ideographic numbered list. I believe this may even be Chinese. So you can see we've added this new numbered list font behavior, and it is a new use case that we are pushing on our international customers.
All right, thank you, Nabi. Now let's step forward here to talk a little bit about the enhanced ODF metadata. So the previous behavior of this was that all open office documents would identify as ODF. And they still technically do, but we've introduced some behavior to help us differentiate a bit between those subtypes. So that could be text, presentation, spreadsheets. These are all valuable information when you're identifying your file types, and especially for us in the e-discovery space, when we need to know what types of file formats we're working with. So there's a common metadata we've used for other formats before. The name is ISIS subtype. That's now going to include information when converting open office files that's going to help us identify whether something is a text, presentation, or a spreadsheet. Now we want to talk a little bit about Aztec barcodes. So for anyone that doesn't know, the ability to generate barcodes is part of Document Filter's robust annotation API. That's actually something that's there and exists today. So we've recently added Aztec in order to ensure that we have coverage of all of our customers' barcode needs. So a lot of those existing types, we just wanted to kind of review that, would be some of the things listed here. We have common types such as code 39 and QR codes. We can see a little bit below here, we have an example actually of how to use the annotation API in order to generate an Aztec barcode. You can put this in some of your sample code. You can try it out yourself. And lastly, we want to talk a little bit about the updated Python bindings. And for that, I'm going to turn it over to Ben.
Thanks, Corey. Today I'm excited to share with you our next iteration of Python support. For those of you who have used our Python bindings previously, you may recall that they were version locked to a specific version and required a new build of document filters when a new version of Python was released. That's no more. Our new bindings support any version of Python from 3.7 onwards and will work with future versions of Python out of the box. So what's different? Let's take a look. If we open up the sample/Python directory from the document filters package, we can see a new document filters directory. This contains the complete source code to the bindings, and you can view and modify it. One other difference is the bindings are now provided as a package that is installed in the environment. Let's do that. We start by cding into the directory containing the new bindings, and then sudo installing them into the Python 3.9 environment. You could also do this for any Python version that you wish to use. Now let's create a sample. This is just a bootstrapped initializing document filters with a license code that's in the environment variable. And then we're going to open the newsletter.doc as provided here. Then we're going to iterate over and extract all the text and print it to the console. We can also see Visual Studio Code is offering code completion suggestion based on the new bindings. That's a pretty simple example, but let's run it. And we can see the text from the document has been extracted and output of the console. So now let's try something a little bit more complex. Let's convert this newsletter into a PDF. So we open it just the same as we did previously, except this time we're passing in that we're going to create an image format or a PDF in this case. So we create a new canvas of PDF type and simply copy all the pages that are in the source document into the PDF. And we can see that an output.pdf was created. Let's view that. Additionally, the document filters Python bindings have full support for the annotation API, which allow us to mark up pages, including introducing barcodes or Aztec barcodes, as was demonstrated earlier. For this, instead of using the utility function of render pages, we do need to render each page individually so we can then introduce new markup. This is simply a matter of breaking out of the loop and calling render page per page, after which we can then introduce the markup onto each output page. So here we're creating a new QR code, giving it positional information, and also giving it the content, the caption, and then outputting it onto the page using the annotate function. And again, Visual Studio Code is helping us by providing the hints as to what properties and members are on each of these objects. So we're positioning this barcode to be in the top right-hand corner of the page. And let's run and look at the output again. Here we can see our QR code is now output. Lastly, one of the key emerging use cases for Python is in machine learning. The new document filters Python support allows for easier integration with ML libraries and can be used to transfer content on the fly that would otherwise need to be pre-converted. In this example, we're using an image classifier to determine a document type. We can pass it any file type that is supported by document filters, from an invoice in PDF form to the same document that's represented in an Apple Pages file. We can then use Python itself to convert that Apple Pages file for us to look at. If we look at the source code to this example, it's using models from the Hugging Face website. This model expects an image to come in, which we can short circuit through the call to getPage bitmap, and then we're simply mapping the output and printing to the console. Let's look at a slightly more complex demo. This demo uses machine learning to perform named entity extraction on a document. It does this by analyzing the words and their coordinates, and then taking that output and producing a PDF with the entities marked up. And here we can see the entity types marked in different colors.
Thank you, Ben, for that excellent presentation. And with that, that brings us to the end of this video and some of the big new features for the Document Filters 22.2 release. Please be sure to check out the Highland Community blog for release notes and a link to the download.